Hi everyone, it is Sandra Craig. I am going to try my hardest to do this again. I tried last week like twice and I just felt like I looked like a complete fool. I did get a lot done. In October, I participated in a lot of the Halloween sales and stuff. So I have quite a few finishes. Well, four finishes to show you. Three from last month, one from this month already. So let's get started. My first finish is my Stitchonomy. This is the first cell I've ever completed, and I loved it. I am now hooked on these small cells. So the next one I did was my car project. I showed y'all last time the owl cross stitch that I was doing in the car. I finished it during the 24-hour cross stitch challenge. Yeah. And this is on a piece of, I was thinking it was 18 count Ada that I dyed myself, and this pattern is from Creature Feature by Sue Hills. I am hoping that I have enough fabric to do a few more on this. But that'll be next year. So, because I think I have a few more Halloween projects I'm probably gonna do. But we'll talk about that later. The next finish I have is from pineneedle.com. I don't remember. I know it's Pine Needle, but it's their Halloween sale. I did not do the bat wings up here, and I did switch out a few of the squares. This one I switched out. A person in the group had changed this square up, so I used her idea. I changed this one. I had miscounted somewhere and didn't have enough room to put the ghost trick-or-treater. So I just did another creepy crawly. And I switched up this one. This one, I didn't want to do any more pumpkin themed squares. There are a lot of pumpkins in here already. So I decided to just put the date in it. So, and yes, I finished it on the 31st before I took my kids trick-or-treating. So, and my last finish is one I actually finished yesterday. Stitch by Soul on Instagram is having a bookmark sale. It started on the 28th and will end, I think, on the 29th of November. So my first bookmark I chose the rabbit. And I'm sorry about all the noise. I have my washer going, and with it being so quiet in the house, you can hear every little spin of the washer. So sorry about that. But I chose the rabbit. This was so fun. I missed a few days of stitching. I just wasn't feeling myself, and then trick-or-treating with my kids and everything. So yeah. So I did finish this yesterday, and I already have the second bookmark that I chose. So I started that today, well, last night, and then I realized I'm missing a few colors. Was gonna go get those colors today, but my husband took my car. So I might see if he'll let me go tonight to pick them up, because not having them when I need them is driving me crazy. And as I showed you in one of my other videos, I have like 4 boxes of old threads, of old DMC. And for some reason, I am still missing a whole bunch of colors. I don't know if it's because these are old or what. So, like with this one, I had to go pick up like 3 different colors. And, yeah. So those are my finishes. Onto my whips. As I said, I'm still doing like 1 or 2 Halloween projects. I have one of them started. I decided, where is it? If I don't know, knock my phone down. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I'll hold on to the other patterns till next year, or if I'll go ahead and start them at some point. They were stitch-alongs that they did. Since I already had so much on my plate, I just downloaded the patterns for me to stitch at a later time. But the one I did start, a little bit late. Also didn't get a lot of stitching on it because I was concentrating on those other projects, is The Nightmare Before Christmas style. So here is where I am on that. I have none of the blocks done. Still working on the background. The background's kind of big, to tell you the truth. All up here is Halloween Town. So but I did get one block done yesterday after I got upset about not having the floss for my other whip that I'm doing right now. So this will hopefully at some point be getting more love. I'm really into Christmas stitching right now though. So we'll see. I'll probably bring it out like an hour every day maybe. And the last cross stitch project I'm working on, sorry, I do not have a cover picture for any of my projects. All the projects I've been working on, I got online, or in my email. So I'm sorry I don't have a cover photo of them. Sorry. But as I said, I started my second bookmark. Unfortunately, the rabbit was on 18 count. I think this is 14 count. I'm just pulling stuff from my stash. And I didn't want the plain cream background for this one because the ears and stuff, and the border, which is just a backstitch frame. Not the border. Yeah, the border. The frame. It's just a backstitch. I wanted those to pop. So I had this piece of green. It's not really showing up that well. Oh. It's a very light lime green. So I did start on this. A lot of these faces up here are colors I'm missing. Right there is a color I'm missing. So you see why it frustrates me right now. Hopefully I can go pick that color up tonight. I'm hoping. Those colors up tonight. I only have like 5 colors I'm missing. But yeah, I am currently, at this moment, working on this. I just decided to stop and try to record this while I could. Since my husband's got my car, he gets to pick the kids up from school, so I get me time. Yeah. And lastly, I wanted to show you, it's not really a haul, it's magazines. I went one day, I wanted to get the Halloween magazine. And I went, and they had already switched out the magazines. So, I got another magazine instead. Of course, it was an extra $10. But, I loved it. And so, the magazine I got was this one. Now, my husband normally gets mad when I spend a lot of money on stuff. So he was a little frustrated that I spent $20 on a magazine. And then I explained to him that I normally spend $10 to $15 per pattern. Plus about between $20 and $50 to cut it up. So instead of spending that much on a pattern, when you get magazines, they come with many patterns. So, there are about 50 or so patterns in here that I want to do. 1, 2, those, Emerald City, this one, and my son, if I can find it, wants me to do these for him. So, my 15-year-old wants me to do these for him. Yeah. So there is so many patterns in this magazine. And when I added things up for him on how much I spend on patterns and how much I spent on this, he understood. Thankfully. Well then, about a week later, he sent me to go get me a loaded tea and some vape juice. The bookstore's in between those two places. So, I went just to look. Not to buy. Just to look. Well, guess what? They had only one of put out. Can you guess? Give you a clue. It's what I went for the first time. Yes, they had it. As soon as I walked in and went to the magazine section, this was sitting right up front. And it was the only one there. So I considered that a sign. And got it. I messaged my husband when I got back in the car and was like, oops, I did a no-no. He's like, what did you do? I'm like, I got the magazine that I went to the store the first time to get when they didn't have it. He's like, how did you end up at the bookstore when I sent you for a tea and vape juice? Oops. But once again, in this book, I literally want to do every single pattern in this book. All of them. Which is kind of my plan for next year. I think this book is going to be my Halloween plans for next year. My husband's going to kill me. But that's okay. Because I can't get enough of them. I might actually start some of them before next Halloween. Because I love it that, like, seriously, I love it that much. Now, I haven't seen any good Christmas magazines yet. I was hoping I'd see a few. But, unfortunately, I haven't seen anything good yet. But that is what I have right now. I will probably bring out a couple of my other Christmas patterns throughout the holiday season. Not really sure what's going to go on. We are actually thinking of moving to a different state, which is a big thing. But that will be later to come. If and when that happens, I'll let y'all know. Hopefully we'll know something in the next couple weeks, whether or not the move's gonna happen. Well, a move is gonna happen. But that move's a big one. So, I'll be moving away from all my family. My kids will be moving away from all their friends. But with the way things at my kids' school has been going, it's going to be for the best to just get out of this area and make a new name for ourselves, you know. Start over. So, but thank y'all for watching, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and happy stitching.